that set of 6 from the Eels, and Jared Hayne in particular, he moved from both sides of the field. He was on the right, he was pushing up in the centre in support, and then late in the tackle count, got himself to the left side of the field and produced a try for Parramatta. In years gone by, we may not have seen that from Jared Hayne. So he's gone looking for the ball, he's providing himself an option for people carrying the football. And at the end of the set, he came up with a big play. This is Jared Hayne evolving as a footballer, and that was a tremendous bit of work there with that pass. Luke Burt misses the conversion, but Jared Hayne, the way that he moved in that set is a positive sign for Parramatta.
It's the first try that Manly have conceded in the opening 20 minutes of a game since round 5 against the Sharks, a game they snatched at the death. Boy, that was even better in slow motion than Harps, wasn't it? What a lovely ball. It's Parramatta hit back, 6-4 to the Sea Eagles. It's Tim Manor. He did well in the lead up to that try with his carries as Keating comes across to Moi Moi. There's a man inspired here tonight. Some real force in these runs tonight. He gets up there and tries to milk a penalty. He's been close once again to getting one as well. Here's Lasalo.
He was great in their last game against the Dragons, Fui. He played 60 minutes. Every run had some intent in it. And there's Hayne using the football.
Fires one out to Morgan, who was rounded up there by Steve Matai.
That's a good one-on-one tackle from Steve Matai there. Ryan Morgan got it. He's outside, trying to step inside.
Now Hindmarsh back to the short side, and Parramatta have some numbers. Had the pass been perhaps a little better from Hayne there to Jordan Atkins, there was a 4-on-2 situation. Might have been a try in the offing. Hayne gets to first receiver, puts in a bit of a wobbly kick and floating back with it. There's a nice catch made by the man they call the Snake, Brett Stewart.
Well, it's good work when Parramatta have the football. They're not going one out, they're going together. So it's taking away defenders. It's allowing them to get some fast play the balls, but they're also being prepared to move and shift the ball against the compressed Manly defensive line. If you go one out against Manly, they do control the ruck very well. It's good work from Parramatta in the opening 15 minutes.
Here's Watmo. Takes it across the 30-metre line. Only 10 wins and 3 losses to this point of the season. Their last 5 wins in a row. No headsets at the moment for Desi. Cherry Evans kicks from just outside the 40. It'll go down to be taken by Luke Bird on the full. He's got Hayne back there with him. He'll take the tackle on the chase of Cherry Evans and also Glenn Stewart. Try apiece on Monday Night Football at Brookvale as Atkins searches for a way through the line. Nothing doing there as he runs into Kieran Foran and also Tony Williams. Now a chance from dummy half. Great work by Robson. He sent Ben Smith away, who comes towards Stewart. Gets a ball back on the inside for Hayne, who was looking. There's nobody there. So he goes himself. Lyon is there, and he rounds him up. But they're inside the Manly 10. They go wide from Keating. It comes to Robson again, who started it all. Here's Hindmarsh running into a dead end. Desperate to keep it alive. He gets the ball out to Smith again. He puts a kick in. A chance for Atkins. Robertson's there. He steps. There's no way back. And Parramatta get a goal line dropout once again.
Yeah, repeat set number 2 for the Eels. Terrific work. Jeff Robson jumped into dummy half. He's the man through the dummy. Doesn't mind the dummy and go himself. Picked up Ben Smith on the inside. I thought there was an opportunity if Ben Smith looked back towards the middle of the ruck. He did, and found Jared Hayne. He looked for support and then thought, I just might get there. Put the brakes on. Ran straight to the chest of Jamie Lyon, who put him to ground.
Tony Williams, time off.
A big chance here for the
bloke out coming off, mate, in the field.
Tony Williams.
He's offside.
Chasing Ben Smith has strained a hamstring here, just leaving the field. And Jamie Buer is out there.
It's an early loss for Manly if Williams is unable to return. Buer out there now, and his grey headgear is Manor. Works it up towards Ballon and also Buer. And they'll play it with 4 tackles up their sleeve, 20 metres out from the Manly line. Maguire gives it off to Hayne. He had Bird on his outside, but Manly had plenty of numbers on the right-hand side, and Hayne once again runs into Jamie Lyon. Keating gives it to Maguire. Goes to Robson. Hindmarsh. An awkward pass. As a result, lost any momentum he had. He's easily wrapped up there by King and Stewart, but he plays it for Keating. I don't know what happened there, but he just lost the ball trying to link up with Fui Moi Moi, who was on his hip.
We do see that a number of times where dummy halves are a bit slow out of there, and they forget that the markers they're switched on. I think it was Jason King just knocking the arm there of Matt Keating. Did well. You don't need to touch the ball, just touch the arm. Knock the ball, knock the arm, which makes the ball go loose, and the Eagles have come up with a result.
Keating jumped out of dummy half. Too many steps towards King. Glenn Stewart was almost through the line. Grabbed there by Manor and Moi Moi. Ballon gives it off to Kieran Foran immediately, who puts it up. With a spiral kick, easily handled though by Jared Hayne. Got Jordan Atkins with him, who wore quite a shot from the Kiwi international in Kieran Foran. He's a real gamer, isn't he, Foran? He whacks in defence, he takes hits, but he carries the ball to the line himself. He's been a big part of what Manly have done so far this season in this surge tonight for the top of the ladder.
Well, he can be a real inspiration for his team. He can fire them up, and he's done so regularly throughout the season. Coming up with a big shot on a bigger man really does get the Eagles going.
There's Hindmarsh as Parramatta split it to the right-hand side again. A lovely ball by Hayne once more. Morgan runs to Roberts, and he had Atkins unmarked and somehow found a way to take the tackle. Hayne will give it off to Robson. They came searching out after him. The kick was nothing but more than a handover of possession, and that should have led to a lot more for Parramatta.
Yeah, bad play from Jeff Robson, and now they've given away a penalty to compound that poor kick. But it was great work from Parramatta, using the football inside their own half. A lovely no-look pass from Jared Hayne. Hit Ryan Morgan in the chest. There's some worrying signs out there for Manly. Parramatta a couple of times now have split them and created some numbers. And even when they're defending Manly, they're not getting off the line as quickly as they have done in the past, and they're not as aggressive as what they've been over the last 4 weeks.
Well, Ryan Morgan would like that moment over once again. He was away down the right-hand side off the back of that pass. And now Glenn Stewart puts Brett Stewart into a huge hole. David Williams, there'll be no denying him this time. The Stewart brothers linking up here at Brookvale. What about the speed of Brett? It looks to be back at full revs the way he hit that ball.
Absolutely. Now, we've been talking about Brett Stewart for the last month, and he's somewhere getting back to the old Brett Stewart, but that's the moment there where he ran onto his brother's pass and split the Parramatta defence. He's back all right. He's back, and David Williams did a terrific job. The pass floated out there. For a moment you thought it was going to go over the sideline or he wasn't going to be able to reach it, but Stewart just sliding through that gap there. That was beautiful stuff, and then finished off nicely by the Wolfman. That tells me he's back.
He showed terrific speed, didn't he?
That's the old acceleration from Brett Stewart, and that's what hasn't been there. I know he's done some good things while he's been back. He scored a hat-trick here only a month ago. We saw some brilliant pieces from him against the Brisbane Broncos a couple of weeks back. But that is the Brett Stewart. That's what has been missing, just that acceleration to get through a hole.
It was breathtaking, the way he hit it. And the pass was a long one that he still had to make at top speed. It was a good one to Williams, and now Lyon up against the sideline. Looking to make it an 8-point lead. It will swing away to the left-hand side. And we were talking about players who love scoring tries in bunches here at Brookvale Oval as we watched that ball flying into your lounge room before it was intercepted by David Williams. No ripping off of the headphones from the coach on this occasion. And David Williams now has scored 18 tries in his last 17 games here at Brookvale.
It's a great strike rate. And both these wingers, a couple of seasons ago when they won their premiership, were great in the grand final. Oh, he's on his back, Brett Stewart, but he reclaims the football. And they're finishers. They are finishers. But Jacob Loco, he didn't read that too well. And if you're Manly, you're looking to go back at Loco. There you can see Stewart just slipping over. Is that the reverse plank?
I think it is.
That's good, Loz. I like it.
You might be right. He's been working off the back of David Williams. Just supplying with a try. Planker and Plankey. Nullivat playing it. They're back in Parramatta territory pretty easily here, even allowing for Brett Stewart's slip. Ballon goes to Cherry Evans, who puts it up. Some pressure here on Luke Bird, who didn't want to know anything about that. Casey Maguire was floating back with him and did well not to get a touch on it. Now a kick for Anthony Watmo. It comes to Jordan Atkins. But Luke Bird's alarmingly, I'm sure, for his coach, deciding not to contest that. It really never looked like he wanted to catch the ball.
It's always a danger if you don't contest the football. You know, you're waiting for the opposition to catch it, or you're letting it bounce. It can go anywhere. We have seen tries come from that.
Nice little ball there from Lasalo to Loco. Take it forward through Mitch Allgood, who is fresh on the field. Now Maguire. Mr. Hayne, who goes long this time and looks for the sideline. He's kicked it out on the full. An error that could prove very costly.
I think he might have been in two minds there, Jared Hayne, in thinking, well, do I stay behind the 40? And then he realised he was over the 40. Gave it a little bit too much and it went out in the full. Fui's getting his first rest of the game. Manly, after going down the other end of the field and scoring through Brett Stewart, starting to lift the tempo of this match somewhat. Gain some ascendancy, and this is a good opportunity for them. 40 metres out from Parramatta's line.
There's Bureau running towards Hindmarsh, who was up around the shoulders in making the tackle. Back goes to Jason King. Terrific opening from the front rower here again tonight. 11 tackles, 8 hit-ups now. Cherry Evans, a ball out in front of Glenn Stewart, made it awkward for him, and Casey Maguire gladly accepts it for the Eels as they relieve the pressure for Loco to take it up towards the halfway line.
Yeah, sloppy stuff there from the Eagles. They don't do that very often when they're in a good field position. Almost too far in front for Glenn Stewart to reel it in. Jared Hayne would be happy about that.
Shane Shackleton is out there now. Those front rowers getting a breather from Stephen Kearney for the moment. It'll be important for Allgood and Shackleton to go with his Manly forward pack in the middle of the park in the next period before half-time, as the ball comes from Smith to Burt to Hindmarsh, who will link up with somebody, but in the end, well, he knows. In fact, conceding the tackle. He had to in the end, but he was desperately trying to get it away still. And then a sloppy play the ball. They let one go right there. Maguire over the top to Bird. Good hands and a good kick as well. Here's a chance. Stewart has to take it dead. And that's a great kick by Luke Burt to earn Parramatta 6 more tackles.
Yeah, it was a nice little floated pass over the top to Luke Burt that gave him some space. Got the kick right. Matt Keating